cadiaN's clutch inside of that B site 1v3, etc., etc. We can get hung up on the details of the past, or why not just look forward to this third map, because somebody's moving forward, somebody's going down to the lower bracket.
Yeah, this is what we wanted. We wanted to get to Overpass. It's a strong map for both teams. Complexity have nothing to show on Vertigo, and they still won, so let's see. They want to be here. FaZe and Liquid have lost to Heroic. FaZe and Liquid beat Complexity here on Overpass. Complexity have got a lot of kind of Tier 1 experience recently, even playing Na'Vi on top of that. And, well, what a story it would be if they're able to close out on third map versus another Tier 1 team on a map that they love.
Ooh. Okay, clean ones. Jabbi's got the response back. Floppy's got the short player pinned in. Last bullet in the magazine, all he needed. And there's cadiaN in with a response.
Ooh. Yeah, they get put into an interesting spot because they just lost the site. They had 3v2. They probably would continue forward the execute if just one person was here, but now they sort of have to retake it. And jabbi, he has low HP, but sometimes he almost doesn't need any. Really good on the headshots, and he gets into a spot that wouldn't be possible if they didn't have to re-attack it. So on the upside for Complexity, they split up. And jabbi, oh my god. He's tucked in looking down. If they're not careful, this could be the move.
No way he gets away with this. When's the last time we saw a feet stare? Oh, comes in, kills JT, trades there. Last player's up. It's going to be cadiaN. Questioned by the desk for a lack of impact across this series. Revealed to be under the weather. And underneath Floppy's feet in this one, 3 kills to Floppy gives Complexity a T-side pistol win.
Indiscriminate yelling there out of Floppy. That's what we like to see. Pistol round 1. I mean, they score 80% on their pistols.
Could also just be, you know, the fact that they lose that Na'Vi map. Obviously, heartbreak would have been awesome for them to qualify for Washington, have an event on home soil. But at least you've got that fresh loss on your mind.
It's good experience.
You learn from those losses. And since then, you've been closing maps.
Yes, and that's what Grim was saying. You know, they just needed more experience to be able to close that. That's the experience, you would think. That could harbor a different result today. Stavn doesn't cross a very important line here, but he's got a teammate close by. That'll be a free frag for Fang.
Nice off angle, but traded.
Shush was a monster on Vertigo. He tried his hardest on that CT side to come back into the game, bring his team back into the game.
Nearly pulled all that off. It's great because you prefaced that second half starting as, you know, Counter-Strike, the tale of two sides. Heroic, if their T side didn't hit on any given day, then their defense still will, and that's where Shush is an expert. CT side's his forte. B site his kingdom. And now Overpass his problem. Molly on the barrels, but cadiaN's already found a head. Make that 2 heads. Ooh. Forked inside of the site. hallzerk gets overwhelmed by the Shush wallbang, and it's going to be TessS to give a little Floppy right back at him.
Hey, just great shots from cadiaN. He's looking alive now, too. The instant eco. Pistols are one thing, but...
And Floppy knows. Look at that grin. He's like, okay, okay,
well,
okay.
I'll be back.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, cadiaN's still chirping.
Oh, it's a good mood for both of them.
Just a bunch of shitheads.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
And luckily for them, still plenty of CS.
Seen good and bad maps from hallzerk on Overpass. Even in games that went well or came close. Also the CT side where he'll be opping the most. We want to pay attention to. Destroyed Permitta the other day. At least there's that.
Win's a win.
But that 16-14 game, he was not on the map versus Na'Vi. He got it together versus ENCE on different maps, but sort of another out for Complexity. There's a force back here from Cole. JT, smoke flash, only until the round for the attackers. cadiaN on a pogo stick here. Spotting long. CT's in fine spots and nobody's been tested to move.
First contact happens through Monster, but it's an easy pickup. And now we'll see Complexity just try to train their way into the A site. It's always a dangerous game when you forfeit bathrooms. Let those pistols get close. And a sudden pop out of the bathrooms, and you got yourself a problem. So cadiaN's not going to give away all the control. Takes a quick glance into the top of it, finds a kill, nade, good damage. And at the 25-second mark, we'll get that final little attempt here for Complexity. Any kill, any plant, that's all decent. And the T's almost catching them by rushing through that smoke, but quick recovery here. JT's Desert Eagle, notorious, but without a kill in that one. So still Heroic keeping it going.
That's how I yell in the mirror before I go to the club.
Yeah, that's what gets you going?
Yeah.
Oh, cadiaN.
I make sure no one's looking first, you know?
That's the difference between you and cadiaN.
That's true.
He does it with thousands and thousands of eyes on him.
Yeah.
Unapologetically himself. Shush! That's a freebie. Poor Grim, stuck in the corner. He's got support behind him. And this is Heroic just kind of running rampant now at this point. A wise man once said,
What'd they say?
or something like that.
Yeah.
A little more money here for Shush. Nice to see him having a strong start. Again, on the CT side. So, trying to take that performance from Vertigo and transition it immediately into what could be the early Overpass shutdown. cadiaN's not going to respect you hiding in your spawn. Come here.
Come here, lad.
That MP9 of Shush, easy trade out. So you lose an SMG, so be it. 3-1 Heroic. Let's see what Complexity can do. If they can stop or stall this immediate Heroic aggression.
And it was, again, closing on the T side. That was the main issue. Even at that pistol conversion. Normally, they do well on T side, but we're in a step up in terms of competition, so not all the stats are going to be relevant here. They had some good setups, but scaling wasn't great. The execs were okay. When I talk about JT's flashes, it started with Overpass. Now it started to pour over onto many other maps. It's gotten much better as a caller over time. We can already see right now that Heroic are waiting for a full B attack to come in. Oh, they're just walking out. Jump spot.
Okay, dangerous.
Yeah, the flash is here, though.
Yeah, get owned.
Wow.
Get absolutely owned. You thought you were going to creep out on them, but cadiaN's flashbang, phenomenal. Grim on a recovery attempt, and look at the risk being run by Shush. Just walks around through the monster smoke. Odds are, with 2 kills, nobody's over there, and it just gives him a ton of control. But we do still get this very curious walkout of Grim. Could find contact on B short.
Might be impossible to track down anybody. Okay, they got this covered as well.
Nice angle. The only thing that goes the way of Complexity is the Fang and hallzerk pickups up on A.
Hey, and there's no one on long, so cadiaN here gonna smoke the soft. They'll see where the smoke comes from.
They're ready, but oof. Okay. Fang's gonna bring it back with another headshot. His rifle work, excellent on Vertigo. Clean so far here on Overpass. We're gonna get that flank coming in behind him though, so as he is stalled on the approach to the A site by the unknown presence of Heroic, He's just being set up to be killed by Shush. Nade for him, and had Shush not finished the job, that's the insurance policy out of cadiaN. He lets the nades do the talking.
That was sneaky from cadiaN. Just ran out of there into CT spawn.
Vanished.
Yeah, so right there, and I think that again, they're playing heroic here in the back half of the series, and two very good maps for them. Getting shout out is entirely possible, and cadiaN's calls have been solid in terms of gambling in the right direction, the overstacks on the CT side. He's got a good feel for what Complexity wanted to bring too. Jump spot one of the round, last round. They have a potential flash in place. Oh, that Molly's going to counter the flashes. That's all their utility. JT's got one more in the back pocket.
Man.
But, dude, that's just so perfectly timed here for Heroic.
Protocols to perfection. That's just going to be draining on the morale here. If Complexity thought they were going in with nades, now it's just that one flash, and Fang, the solo monster player, gets popped. But we've still got the barrels in from Shush. Nice control with the AK. Beautiful commitment to the spray down, and Grim can't get the response. Deagle out of JT.
Dude, Shush is 12-1.
God damn!
After that CT comeback on Vertigo 2, he started out six kills on
six kills at the end of the first half, yeah.
Into 20-plus
T-side
frags.
launders.
Yeah.
If you look at the two CT sides, from Vertigo to now Overpass, this guy is frying. Sautéing.
Julienning.
Sous vide.
Smoking. Broiling.
Baking. Meanwhile, Complexity wasn't meant to be the most likely round win. Just the fact that, again, all that util was so perfectly timed. Like, as if Shush isn't already 12-1. Even just the grenades are going to take away your inspiration. And to bring up that Na'Vi game again, failure on the T side. 6 rounds deep, Complexity still stagnate on 1.
Such an excellent display of utility from Heroic across these two maps. Very difficult to play against. Complexity are doing a good job of staying alive. Oh, in the early rounds, good damage here off these nades. They don't get a kill, but it still could matter.
The jabbi uses that chance to pounce into the short control. Tesses is fragged out, but jabbi, look at this. Smoke fades to his advantage. Floppy with the trade frag, but also dinked. Now, Grim doesn't swing wildly just yet, and they hear those shots being pounded through Monster. Floppy with his hands busy. He's got to be careful with stavn right there for the pickup. And of course, stavn finds the better of the timing. Now, cadiaN's about to be under pressure. We've got 3 bodies coming at him, but they're also separate on their approach. The shot whizzes by Grim. Could have definitely been a cadiaN 2K. Instead, it's a singular hold, and Grim locked into Optimus Prime on half health. He mirrors that of stavn, who's holding on to the incendiary and the flash and the frag. And it's perfect! Just right onto Grim's feet. He's blown into tomorrow, and hallzerk's op now gonna have to chop down both of these CTs. No utility, but Shush is alive and kicking, and that bomb planted on the front of bathrooms. hallzerk missed chance, and if you miss on Shush, he's coming for your face.
Yeah, that's another free one. hallzerk, that was his moment. Again, the utility tips the scales, allows that retake to look a lot more possible. They come on in. I gotta say, until that point, this was actually sort of hard to read, I feel like, for Heroic. Complexity did a good job. They won stairs control. They got a kill inside of B. They got some damage off of. And their players were ready to hit the A site very quickly after all of that action went down towards short water. And it didn't feel like that they would be ready to hit the A site that quickly. And cadiaN had a lot of pressure put on him. So Complexity made a good case for themselves. But again, Shush, the hero, 13-1.
low-key crushing Complexity's dreams at the moment. He is the boogeyman. It's light on util, but it's still Complexity inside of short, waiting outside Monster. Grim trying to puff his chest to keep stavn back inside connector, and it's worked.
Right now it's too B-centric. There's no pressure here, and Tess is actually just going to start pushing. stavn was just chilling on the stairs, and I was looking over at the A site, but okay, trying to push in now.
Oh, JT. Thought he had cadiaN off, thought he could jump on that timing, and it almost looked likely, but it's up to Grim now to draw this one back. If Grim crosses, cadiaN's got him locked in. Doesn't need to extend. But remember, TessS from that A push is already so hot on the heels of Complexity, and before he even gets there, we've already got jabbi with the 2K. So now the rest of Heroic can lean back. Just let TessS come in with the impact. But now he has been flanked. He just becomes a B defender. And Fang, well, he's going to get shut off from this one. Deep peeks over top the water. And this seems too easy for Heroic's 7th win.
Yeah, this is brutal. And I think at this point in the game, we've seen some good takes. And I think one of the best parts that stands out for Complexity is not dying too early. They're able to get the map control they're looking for. They're not running into, 4 players on one site too often. They had that round where they got to cadiaN and 2v1'd him and made a case for themselves in the post plant. But now I think Heroic just have not seen enough pressure towards the A side. They're starting to take advantage of that space. And TessS is the final nail right here as he full flanked, rotated in, and then was part of that post plant. Made that way too easy. And they might be a little bit worried or have found that they die more on in their A defaults, but they still have to play here to push Heroic back a little bit.
That flash will work.
Yeah.
JT also getting ahead of the grenades.
And I say this even if they don't want to use the A side of the map. They still have to make sure Heroic can't simply take control. So this is a good first step.
But there are also layers to the defense. Very quickly repositioning, falling all the way through bathrooms. Back to the long angle, flash in for TessS, blinds most of them. It's the cover from hallzerk that pays off. Now they're going to try to chuck the smoke deep. cadiaN with the body block. Just looks to confirm, but instead Heroic, they'll get aggressive down on B because they are active everywhere.
It's because of that flash. Because even though hallzerk got the kill, we saw 3 people, right? He saw 2 and then someone shooting at him.
Now Floppy's holding the top of connector. cadiaN pops up. He's going to nab Fang. Floppy makes sure that stavn can't get away with anything, and cadiaN could test this. He creates an opening here for himself to go and challenge. Shush still back inside of Bank. A man advantage in a post plant for Complexity. One of the best chances they've had to close a round. And it looks like with that kill, they've gone ahead and grabbed this. jabbi has been spotted on the flank, so Complexity should not be caught off guard, but jabbi's also locked into this gunfight, so with him being cleared, it's a solo save in cadiaN and a second to Complexity.
Damn, I mean, Heroic do a lot of good things there, and Complexity still have answers for each and every one of those. I think right there's the immediate pressure towards A, Complexity smartly taking some presence, pushing them back off those flashes and the util, and then taking over long control. That was one thing. Having a good setup immediately so that hallzerk could get covered behind the rock in case a flash came out. That was really nice. And then Heroic also smartly took pressure on the other side of the map really quickly as well. But even though they took it quickly, Complexity were moving just as fast towards A. And these are a few good signs for them. I think they've also proved to themselves that they can comfortably win a round against the A site, where for a minute there it felt like they just wanted to pretend like they could and then just keep trying B. We had Floppy with a nice rotation punish from balloons. And Heroic already down to their second timeout. Money is still perfectly fine here for the CT side. I haven't really felt desperation when it comes to Complexity's attacks right now. I know the scoreline 7-2, but staying 5v5 for a long period of time and getting map control is much harder than it looks.
It feels like they're just kind of keeping their head down, staying focused.
Oh, Floppy takes so much damage.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The way that worked, I thought that was the one bullet TSS shot. I was like, no way you just got a running fadeaway headshot at that range, but okay. It's Floppy over on B.
They're running it back. The exact same setup for Floppy to come back and catch theirs. JT here for the moment, walking into the bathrooms. So they know Heroic are going to reaggress somewhere, but do they know where? Oh, the setup is so good from the CT side.
Clean, right? Stavn.
Like, Stavn cannot stand here otherwise. Oh, but he doesn't win his duel. TSS wins his.
That's going to turn the bathrooms players back. Again, traded back and forth. Missed shot. cadiaN. Oh, he does kill Grim. hallzerk wants to finish him off. Floppy's preoccupied with Connector. There's a second player in there, and now hallzerk's going to be given a chance to clutch. Him versus Sjuush, who has been an animal, may I add. 14-3 on this map. A lights-out performance on Vertigo, but Sjuush just gave a little bit of timing over it. It looks like he was heading to the B site thinking maybe hallzerk would run down there instead.
Okay, so hallzerk, he puts himself in a good spot. This is a position that if Sjuush reads it, he can walk into this frag, and that's the only risk for hallzerk. But at the moment, he's
bomb's planted for bank.
Yeah, that's the thing. He can't go too far.
So he stays tethered close enough. Sjuush, yeah, not even assuming this whatsoever. hallzerk, hook, line, and sinker as he decides to plant on the other side. You may not be able to beat Sjuush in the head-to-head duels, but you can still outsmart him.
Yeah, he had a chance for the 1v2 earlier, but he wins a very important 1v1. It's back-to-back rounds now for Complexity. Funny that cadiaN misses that shot, but it's almost null. He hits the next one.
hallzerk outplaying him twice, not going down to the B site like Sjuush was reading into, and then that post-plant position down long. Critical round as well. Complexity, if they get stuffed there, it's a hard reset. Things are looking dire. Heroic, just with runway, could take off. But instead now, we've got the game. It starts here.
And I really appreciate them venturing into new territory in all of these later rounds. TSS with a great off angle.
JT, baby.
Wow.
But fast flank, don't forget it. Already up ladder is Sjuush.
I mean, he got brutalized so quickly. So it's Floppy again here to watch the flank. He comes back, turns around, sees Sjuush.
A second too late. JT tried to press close into the bank, met by fire. CT out from dumpster, double CT inside this bank. Yeah, second player will catch you off guard. And that's just the pistol. Now Sjuush, rapid reposition. Gonna go towards long instead. T falling back, nice headshot into Grim. hallzerk finally puts him down. Fang concerned with the smoke, but at least now hallzerk's on the other side of this. And that flashbang could pop above sight, so Fang can go in, met by the deagle of Stavn. And hallzerk has to just swap out into the M4. cadiaN's op's gonna kill him. 3 alive for Heroic, as that impact from Sjuush on the back line compromises everything for Cole.
They've been so fast about taking map control on the other side of things. That's well done. A couple of micro mistakes, you know, mistiming on the flash, but at the same time, they're just throwing it when they feel it's right, and 3 players swing out unblind, so there's a chance in the 2v3. But Heroic set up nicely in bank with the op sitting there, but not a weak op, one with a deagle right beside it, and so they lock it in. So even though it's 2 in a row, Complexity, they throw away an easier round. Heroic back to winning ways. A good amount of money saved here for the T side. That was such a beastly opening frag from JT. The walkout towards mid.
Desk was asking for cadiaN's impact coming into this third map. Now 12-5, as much as we want to talk about Sjuush. The off impact, very much there. Being held by Heaven. Floppy tries to go for the boost, and TSS just clips him in the side of the head a couple times.
Oh.
Lucky to be alive at this point.
Okay.
Oh, and he can't even get away. Headshot just for the extra damage on top. The overkill out of TSS. Had Floppy's number that entire sequence.
Okay, this one's a bit quicker into the 3v5 now.
cadiaN gets freed up for the bathrooms peek.
Get onto the kind of ultimate angle here. Info outside bathrooms, inside bathrooms.
Lands the first one, jumps back over. Nice angles here from cadiaN. Single-handedly shutting down the little that was left of Complexity. The 3 terrorists trying to walk up through bathrooms, gunned down one after another, and poor JT, 1v5. Nobody pushing the flank just yet, but like everybody else, his time is limited. Oh, he gets wall banged.
Oh!
He gets wall banged twice,
Wow.
cadiaN.
On the walk back. 15 frags.
Oh, man. Flow state.
Yeah, he's feeling up. He's doing very well. A real bounce back.
And I think it's a welcome sight for Heroic. I think when cadiaN plays well, I think he calls better. He's just very much finding the flow of this third map. Floppy's got one, P250, all it's gonna get. Again, Shush goes for the long spray, and again, he stops him. This is Heroic with a domination of a CT side. Complexity, 2 more attempts, 2 last chances to improve from a 3-round T side.
Yeah, we don't have a lot. I mean, we've seen they have decent stats, but most of their stats are versus the lower level NA teams when it comes to their good wins on T sides versus some of the better teams. They are struggling still. They get through this, though. I'm still leaving the door open to, you know, potential pistol success and then maybe making a half of it. It'd be interesting to watch them from a comeback perspective as well on the CT side, even though they started out well last time. First Na'Vi. I still have questions about hallzerk, even though he had a better game over on Vertigo. As to his CT side here on Overpass, I think he sits behind. He plays it too vanilla with the way he sits behind some smokes, falls back in all the natural ways. As scary as it is, you are rewarded for taking risks versus Heroic. They put themselves out in the open a lot. That's how JT got that walkout kill versus tessS in that previous round.
Poor Floppy.
Oh, look at the damage. 3 players are down below half already.
Oh, that is huge. That's the nade into the short pipe, and I'm assuming wallbang damage to connector.
Yeah, all unconfirmed here.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's certainly going to have an impact.
Not ideal, right? You've got a couple more chances to improve, and before you can even see a bomb site, you've taken a ton of damage. Shush making some noise, trying to turn them away from Monster. Has worked. Complexity gonna try to pick up the tempo here. An ace site hit with a bit of pace. Oh, God, tessS. Okay, caught flying in the open. That is a bit of a gift given over. And the ops walking down into the crosshair of JT. Who's gonna win this? cadiaN. Too sharp at the moment. Bests his counterpart. And now cadiaN goes deep on middle, slams down Grim with an overkill headshot. We've got Fang locked into Optimus Prime. All that remains here because Shush continues to tear them up on this CT side. Finally given an opening, a gift of a 5v4. And unfortunately for Complexity, maybe it's that early damage, maybe it's the positioning from cadiaN and Shush, but whatever it is, it's Heroic's 11th.
Yeah, it is, I think, a little bit of everything in there. Got just the right amount of seasoning right now when it comes to their retakes. They don't look like they're throwing in too many overt risks, but I like the approaches for Complexity. When they walk up to Flowers, they jump onto the site. They've got cadiaN in a trade situation there. They kill tessS for free right here. So they're finding a gap in that way, but the retakes, again, the util damage, the early damage that came in that round, it all played a factor.
Gonna try to keep it quicker, and tessS happy to provide. Fights straight into short. Empty magazine means he will fall, and Grim there to trade back. So a bit more chaotic moments here coming out of Heroic's close on the CT side, but it's the fact that it's already 11-3, and then I think that their confidence is now just boiling over from the sides of the pot to the stovetop, where hallzerk and Grim try not to get burned.
So hallzerk, let's see. Will he hear a scope and bank, I think? We'll find out in a second. Maybe he just walks into this. Some damage here.
cadiaN simply not missing shots, but didn't expect hallzerk to still be pinned to pinned into the close wall.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
spun him up here.
At least moving still enough, but Grim. Oh. Dude, Grim.
Oh, where was he going?
I thought he got a glimpse of Shush. I thought they both would have seen each other, and I guess Grim just a little too frantic in that moment, so hallzerk, chance to clutch. Oh!
What?
Chance to clutch, and he does! That's a fourth, folks, added to the tally. It's not inspiring from Complexity, but it's a CT side that lies between them and a best-of-3 win.
To my face, tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of words you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you.
If you at home would like to improve as a CT when playing Counter-Strike, I suggest y'all go home and watch some Shush demos, because this guy just dropped 22 and 7 here on Overpass.
Oh, did he?
22 and 7 in
my
a
God.
single half.
Dude, he just floppied.
When we go back to Vertigo, he dropped a 16 and 10.
Damn.
That's back-to-back halves, by the way. So
This guy's a narc.
the type of performance that can absolutely dismantle Complexity's hopes at winning their opening game here in a group that some consider open. Complexity giving it a run for their money. Heroic. However, in this third one, made it look way too easy, dude. You started to see the comfort start to come through in those last CT rounds. Heroic running risks they didn't really need to. And hallzerk did just kind of sprinkle one in with that 1 versus 2 to close, but it's 4 rounds that Complexity will have to work with. Very much necessary comeback or heroic 2-1. Fang's first kill is clean.
Hey, it's very clean.
Again,
Oh, the back turn. TeSS, he loves doing that, and he's so good at it.
But this time he dies.
Yes.
Last time he survived with like 30 HP.
Yeah.
This one's going to leave 3 of his teammates alive versus the 4 of Complexity. And they're just going to keep it simple. They've got the nades for the exec into the A site.
And it looks like Fang was comfortable saying, yeah, it's looking like A, exactly what we expected. And they are coming in.
So the CTs get ahead of those smokes. One of them, of course, blocks off bathrooms in case.
Ooh!
But JT is a pistolero.
He is, really.
Whether it's the Deegs or the USPs, this man hits headshots, and that is his 5th and 6th kill of this map. So about damn time. jabbi 1v4. Only 20 seconds left to try and make this magic happen. So there it is. You hear them organizing for the peak.
3, 2, 1.
Goes down clean. Complexity to kick off the comeback with a pistol win.
Yes. I think, you know what? I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know what I don't know.
Do you know what you do know?
I do. But I don't know the future. But I am hopeful.
For what exactly?
A great match. Yes.
Good CS. Floppy opens up versus jabbi. Probably wants to get some revenge versus him, to be honest. Floppy at times bested by the aggressive lurks of heroic CT side. And uncharacteristically, we do have a bottom fragging performance out of Grim right now. We kind of tout him as the consistent piece of Complexity. He's got to get the war machine rolling.
Yeah, and his T side versus Na'Vi, that was special. Had that ace. But Heroic are significantly better on the CT side than the T side. So.
Floppy awaits his challenge, which will be coming shortly. But that scout towards the A site maybe wanting to show itself. Draw another defender up. Excellent flashbang. Oh, Floppy gets gunned down by the Tech 9. And the T's, they don't pounce off that. Ooh, they're getting... Oh, ooh.
Wow, he's just sounds hearing so much, too. And they're actually walking it back upstairs. Fang doesn't know how much pressure's coming his way.
But
he's
just
probably wondering now. He sees them walking back. He's worried about alert coming in, but they're already on the site.
Fang's MP9, good for 2.
Oh, he saves the day.
And a good amount of damage. But this scout is still just sitting outside bank. It's down. He hears it, and he hits it. Now it's on to TeSS, 19 HP versus 2. Go ahead, take your plant. You're just doing an immense amount of damage, and you would have had a chance with 1 or 2 shots to punish back hallzerk's rush. Doesn't go their way. Complexity survived with 2 alive, but tell me that wasn't sketchy.
Yes, it was sketchy because it was a great idea from Heroic. Again, sticking to their style, their philosophy, going through these lurks, trusting them. Walking around lurking, being aggressive, and having just a good medley of all these different styles is what I think defines Heroic these days. And the nose flash was brutal on Floppy's one position, and that made the map a lot scarier. But again, Fang saves the day with the 2K spray down and the dink as well. He's happy about the win. Buy comes in from Heroic again. No womp deal on Shush. Punishment for playing so well. We don't need you now, son. You've done enough.
I don't expect Heroic to have the early shortcomings that Complexity did when they were underplaying A, just trying to get into the B site without control.
Yeah.
Feels like Heroic, you know, they're not going to give up that empty space any round. Straight from the start. That's what they do, man. They play like a fluid, leaking into all the cracks you leave. hallzerk's got to be careful as to not expose himself to bathrooms at the wrong time.
We're already seeing a little bit less tethering here for Complexity. More of the simple style, I think. Again, expectant of a lighter buy.
Good dink against TSS, but hallzerk can't finish off the kill. Uncomfortable here. I mean, we've got Heroic.
How did they just win control of this entire site with one kit of utility? One smoke, 2 flashes, and they're in. Do we have a kit? Yes, we do on a couple of players.
Grim kicks it off with a kill. stavn bests 2 players inside bank, and then shushes Deagle, slaps back Grim. You gave them this A site.
Yeah, you did. You let them get this far, and I think there was just this discomfort. hallzerk was in front of bathrooms. You turn around, you turn back, he's in bank.
And if you think you're going to get away with the save, then you have not expected cadiaN. Tease can move down, grab that extra gun as one of them came through with a pistol. And cadiaN's just going to tell his troops, hunt, shut down JT. Bomb will even find him. stavn dies, so be it. That's Heroic with an early T win.
That's no matter what happens, that's a really bad round here for Complexity when we think about things. They could have had so many different options. They could have implored long control. You know, taking bathrooms without long control as a T, it falls to any CT that's sitting on long if it's opened up to them. They didn't use that option. They didn't have 2 players there. They didn't have bathrooms control. They didn't have a first kill before they fell back, Connor.
They had nothing.
Why are they playing so scared?
Because they are scared.
They're losing. They should just be playing free now. When they're winning, that's when they get scared. Not even there yet.
It's not the ideal Complexity.
They lost the 1 kit of utility in a 5v5. Gave up an entire site to Heroic. Even if they lose this match, they can lose better than that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
NA. We lose best. We lose best. Quick little peek down into the short water. Complexity. Hoping that door swings.
As I brought up before, do want to see the vanilla hallzerk fallbacks, you know? But at the same time, he needs some support. He shouldn't be in front of bathrooms by himself, but maybe there should be more players there.
It's a bit of a hope here for Complexity. Double MP9. And it looks like each corner is being cleared. No! Grim. Gonna get the better of cadiaN and the better weapon. JT, can he hold off this hit into the B site with just the Desert Eagle while blind? Odds are not. Sure enough, jabbi finds him, using that M4 against them. Coverage for the bomb plant, and the CT is going to have to cut their losses. They can go grab that other MP9, take away an AK.
Yep, that's fine. It's a nice small victory, but Heroic, critical territory. They grab the 13th.
That's all it is, though, Mo. A small victory.
Yeah. We're just looking for quality rounds here to start, you know? Like, this comeback, it's a long way from being possible, but at least when they have better guns, they put themselves in position to win, not just to not lose.
They don't even go grab the MP9. They're just going to let it rot. All good for Heroic. 4 survive, nice and easy. You've got Shush still performing like an absolute god.
Money is just terrible, though. They save these guns. At least they have armor on 4 players coming into this round, but...
But it's just as desperate as last round, and this time it's going to be Heroic to secure 14. Unless a miracle can happen here for Complexity. And I think that really makes us go back to Inferno when things were really that much closer. To the shock of many, this could have been a 2-0 series, but that cadiaN clutch inside of the B site going to be remembered in this one for sure. Unless Complexity can do the unthinkable and start the comeback now. But bombarded by grenades off of Pillar goes JT, and then Floppy hits the dirt right thereafter. Grim still got the AK, the hope of the round, And he opens up against cadiaN, knowing there's a second player here, but wanting to really go get engaged on that B site. It's a fake flash, it's a fight out, and it works. Now he's got stavn up next with bomb. Grim, oh, a chance, but caught in between the weapons. TeSS on the recovery.
Oh, they had to leave the site, but there's just so much time here for Heroic. They can still walk around. They grab that bomb. The pistols can't get to the rifles of the round here. They were previously being camped, but they're both guarding the correct site. Walkout's going to come in. hallzerk from above. There's a smoke for the site so they can cross safely. TeSS hasn't used it for heaven. You think it's going to land there. Walking into back pit, and again, abusing the fact they've got all of this clock working for them. Are they going to go into CT spawn?
They could. No, heaven smoke first.
Oh! Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, what a find.
hallzerk given a glimpse right before the smoke pops. Now it's going to fall on to jabbi. He will recover that bomb, but the time no longer there. So here we go, planting while the smoke's up. hallzerk's vision soon to be regained. AK in the hands of Fang. This one all set up by the heroic moment of Grim, something we've been waiting all map for. And now jabbi piecing this together, shuts down Fang. Here comes hallzerk on the other side, and jabbi's lost track of him. Woo! So sure enough, hallzerk with a little extra sauce barbecues that body.
And those are the 4 bodies saved. He had half armor, confidence taking the duel with that AK. That's well done from hallzerk. That deagle shot was not easy, man.
But a moment that, of course, Complexity can be proud of, a moment that comes too late. That is the individual prowess that we were expecting from the likes of Grim, especially on that T side. Nowhere to be found. He gets his moment here versus Heroic to kick them back in round 20 to stave off that 14th.
Disgusting. And to be fair, he had the T side ace, but he also had a good CT side. He had above 30 kills versus Na'Vi, so just half of that's missing so far. But again, all they have to think about right now is defending. That was a very good attempt from jabbi. Played all the advantages he possibly could. Just literally got outgunned in the end.
While they go for that big boost in T-spawn, that's what's going to enable Fang to get deep playground. It's why Grim is already at the bottom of the ladder. So Complexity, this one's been brave, right? Ooh. Off that shot, they decide to get real antsy, moving inwards. And while it's an opening kill, it's TeSS with the immediate trade right back. It's still a bunch of damage, of course. That will be of note going forward. But we'll see if Grim can go big again.
And he's here just listening, knowing the pack is above him. He really wants to activate, but he's useful to every part of the map right now. He makes B a lot easier to defend. He knows no splits coming down. He can stop the rotations down the stairs. And the long rotation is the only one opened up. And Grim, he looks like he's trying to trust himself right here. He has the right idea. And wow, yeah, he comes forward with it. This is
the right timing.
Playing to win.
Ooh, Floppy goes in with the monster distraction, but this is just going to keep Grim walking.
And he's told them to just go over to the B side. I'm going to meet you there.
Ooh, does this get heard?
Oh, he's running.
He didn't turn.
Yeah.
Okay, that Grim got nasty for a second, but now he's going to piece it all together. Taps away, only gets one. Oh God, Grim.
Oh, stavn was the low HP player too.
Feels like that could have been a big moment. hallzerk, though, finds timing on the Deeg. Can't manage his second, and we're back into another 1v1. JT versus cadiaN, battle of the big brains, and the utility just off the mark. JT with only 7 kills picks up a 1v1.
I was thinking, hallzerk, what are you doing, man? You just could tighten up and make this an impossible round, but it also draws that player back to that site. There was a chance that he goes up the stairs into A around 20 seconds, but not if hallzerk keeps fighting. It goes down to 15, and they have to run into JT, and JT plays it perfectly. So a beautiful round again from hallzerk. And Grim in the target selection, I mean, it's a hard fight. I think he's maybe expecting Yop can adjust. Probably the Yop is the one that doesn't, but also picks the guy on low HP. Doesn't know about that either.
First tap also misses.
Yeah, either way.
All of a sudden,
they get their 8th.
They push Heroic into the single AK here for TeSS. He's at the front of it. They're not going to disregard this B site.
This would be a watershed moment for Complexity if they're able to put this together, honestly, but...
Well-timed boost. They lose Floppy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and Grim gets caught. Ooh, still able to recover, but a good amount of damage. Fast play from Fang. Bomb's on the ground, and jabbi's got it back. Look how low that health is. CT's against this wall. The MAC-10 could shred both, and sure enough, in the hands of stavn it does. hallzerk with a hope. He falls down into the water. USP is not enough, and stavn goes big.
Oh, man. Complexity on that opportunity. That's how they lose the 14th. That was them setting up for 9. The MAC-10s win the round.
Grim getting caught here. That's the reason he's low HP.
Yeah, his teammate was right beside him, and oh my god. I don't... is he happy or... I think that was post-round and I was excited. Bam Bam.
Yeah, exactly. That's what sitting next to cadiaN will do to you. It's like Donnie from the Thornberries.
Yeah. It's not a funny situation, man.
No, it's not. I mean, for Heroic, they're having fun. For the sake of this game, which was meant to be a close one. Nobody on Complexity's camp's laughing. stavn, though. Right back to his killer ways.
Yeah, big man's down.
And this is great. This is a great, I think, uptick for Heroic coming off of that Vertigo loss, an uncharacteristic Vertigo loss now happening versus Vitality a week ago. Complexity here, you know, there's a problem there. Something's wrong. And if more teams continue to identify that, then Heroic are going to have to make sure to freshen things up, identify the problem. But the problem coming into this third map, our analysts, you know, talking about cadiaN's underperformance, not a name we had to say, 20 kills now. Shush, back-to-back, immense halves on the CT side. He's doing his role phenomenally. Now stavn's getting in with the MAC-10 kills in that last round. It's Heroic on 15, nothing that Complexity can do to stop it, except for save this Kevlar and hope they'll have enough money to buy some measly little weaponry. It is not going to be a pretty road in this round or the next one. So it really does feel like that B hit with stavn's MAC-10 carnage is really kind of the end of this, not only map, but best of 3.
Yeah, he definitely smelled blood right there. We'll see. Maybe we get a long fake comeback, and then we could talk about how that MAC-10 round actually dictated the outcome of the game. Maybe Heroic, stomp him out like a cigarette butt right here and now. And it really didn't matter, you know? They're going to have a full buy once again to try and go for this 7 rounds to make it into overtime. They've shown the capabilities here on CT Inferno many times in the past. But Heroic, this is their most winning map. They're absolutely world-class here on the decider.
That's all they get, man. 1 M4. 1 M4, double MP9. Again, economy kind of paving the road for Heroic's victory on Overpass. There was a chance here, but that MAC-10 breakthrough on the B site really does spell disaster. They can hear that 5-7 popping off inside the B site. Just one more element to bolster Heroic's confidence. Weakened by.
Exec about to take place. No one flanking. Stairs control from the CT side. They peel back a little bit. I think they're still going to hit this.
Yeah. It's going to have to be massive from Floppy. Grim's making a ton of sound. Doesn't clear the corner. jabbi's going to milk this for the double, but it gets away from him. Floppy's 5-7 finds nothing. Fang cleared off with the short side. JT's dig in with 2. If that's enough, if that's something, then maybe hallzerk, who we've waited for in this series, can finish with the double. He's got the first fight found. It's close, but it's smoked off. And with that, Complexity's hopes going up inside the smoke with it.
Seen him clutch from heaven before. No util to work with, the corner of a smoke. Maybe a mistake gets made.
A little gap, a little something, but just as he presses out, he still finds that kill. cadiaN's up, connects, and it's nice to see him show his face here inside map 3. It's a test from Complexity across Inferno and Vertigo. But when we come down to the decider, it's clean and it's convincing, and it comes up heroic.
Yeah. And again, 1s and 0s as we look at the macro stats here for Complexity. Another loss in a series where they had hope, and you had to be there to understand how close it got at points. But ultimately, another loss to another team.